Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we take a look at some of the damage left behind by a brief tornado that hit an eastern Kentucky county. And a group of Harlan County leaders host an event to discuss how the healthcare industry can better serve their community.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Chas Gayhart. It is 4:59 on Friday, May the 19th. Can't say that enough, Brandon. Friday. We're all happy about that.
Exactly right. So it's looking like it's going to be a good Friday. Got a little fog, a few clouds out there this morning. Had a few sprinkles overnight. But this morning, otherwise, not too bad. Let's take a look, see what's going on. Not as cold as it was yesterday morning. Still a few sprinkles out there potentially this morning. Just not seeing a whole lot of action. So just kind of keep an eye out for those as you head to the first part of your day. That fog is out there this morning. Not as bad as it was yesterday morning, but we're still seeing some outside the WYMT studios. Maybe up near Moorhead this morning, London Corbin Airport. Kind of see it on Buffalo Mountain there in the valleys. Pikeville not looking too bad, or Pine Mountain as well. Temperatures 50s and 60s to start the day. Today now we're close to 70 out toward Monticello, even Irvin up there a little bit on the warmer side. They were on the cooler side yesterday. Clintwood and Ashland are two sensors that are still sleeping this morning. Good to see Jonesville and Jonesville back online. Clintwood's been offline for about a week now. So we'll continue to watch some nice temperatures for the next little bit, and we'll continue to watch some nice conditions. I'll have more on the forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Chas?
Thanks, Brandon. And as Brandon mentioned yesterday morning, the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado touchdown in Magoffin County on Tuesday. An EF1 tornado hit the Hollow and Board Tree Road area. You can see trees were snapped in half. Magoffin County EMA Director Robert Prater says he is thankful that there was no major property damage.
Better that it happened in the forest and the timber rather than being in town or, where a lot of people live. Trailer parks or anything like that have been bad.
Prater says the tornado sirens in Magoffin County did not go off on Tuesday, as they did not have confirmation of a tornado touchdown at the time of the storm. Yesterday, community leaders in Harlan County sat down and talked about ways that they can better serve the people of their county. Harlan ARH hosted a luncheon to discuss how the healthcare industry can work with the community to create partnerships to promote better outcomes. Harlan County Judge Executive Dan Mosley says this conversation was important for everyone involved. He says by continuing to educate people, they will be able to have a better and healthier community.
We have to be educating our community on why health is important and why we need to be, making sure we're taking care of ourselves, both from a physical perspective and going through and getting the screenings that are necessary and recommended to make sure that we're keeping an eye on our health.
Mosley says he will continue to work with and for the people of Harlan County to make sure they have the resources they need. It may be National Police Week, but officers with the Pikeville Police Department are giving back to their community. Officers spent the day yesterday serving other area first responders. The department hosted a cookout at Bob Amos Park, inviting the community for food, fun, and fellowship with the frontline workers. From dispatch to deputies and everyone in between, the day served as a thank you from the department to those they work with every day.
We wanted to provide a free meal, stress-free meal to all the first responders, because a lot of times these ladies and gentlemen, they don't get to eat. I mean, you may work a 12 or 14-hour shift a day, you don't eat. So we wanted to make sure they got to eat today, a great meal, and see some peace, quiet, be able to talk to each other, and just kind of a stress-free environment.
Those with the department say the community was also invited to attend to help them get to know the first responders and see them in a different light. There's a new K-9 in Whitley County. The Whitley County Sheriff's Department posted the announcement on Facebook yesterday. This is new K-9 Jago. He's actually from Europe and is trained in narcotics detection and search and rescue. The Sheriff's Department was able to get him with donations from people across the county. Memorial Day marks the kickoff to the summer travel season. Travel experts say about 42 million people nationwide are expected to travel between Thursday and Monday of Memorial Day weekend. AAA of the Bluegrass expects more than 530,000 Kentuckians to head out for Memorial Day weekend, which is almost 12% of the population. One issue Lori Weaver Hawkins says drivers should not have this Memorial Day and throughout the summer is paying too much at the pump.
Hotels are more expensive. Flights are about 40% higher than what we saw last Memorial Day. So people are paying more for other things on their trips, but gas shouldn't be one of them.
Those with AAA recommend those traveling long distances to do a few things before they leave. First, make sure that you have a spare tire and that it's safe to drive on in case of an emergency. They also say flat tires are one of the most common calls they respond to on the interstate. You should also check your fluids, and when it's hot outside, be mindful of your battery not overheating. Kentucky State Fair organizers in Louisville have unveiled the 2023 dates and a new experience this summer. This year's State Fair is happening from August 17th through the 27th with the theme Summer Summed Up. Organizers say there will be a variety of entertainment options, food and attractions at the Kentucky Expo Center, including the new Beer Fest. It will be held the first Friday of the fair. Those who go that are 21 and up will be able to sample beers from 20 different craft breweries from across the state. Fair tickets are already on sale for $9, and that includes admission and parking. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, the largest lake in the world seems to be getting more shallow, which might impact drinking water for future generations.
And we have one more nice day before we get an active start to the weekend. I'll have the latest forecast and track those approaching rain chances in about 3 minutes.